we're back with the vanilla coffee. Got the cup in my hands. K-Cup pod. Buy that 4 variety pack of the Tim Hortons. And if you be so blessed, you get a vanilla pod. And it smells so delightful. Makes your house smell like a vanilla tree. And most of the time, to fill up the Keurig, I'll take the back off and bring it to the fridge, fill it up with the filtered water. But this time I was feeling kind of dirty. I was feeling like a dirty boy. So I went up to the sink and just got it straight from the source. So this coffee's got a bit of a bite to it, yet it's sweet on my lips. Oh, it's hot. It's hot, but I don't really care. I don't know why I feel so moody right now. I just, typically how it goes, you have lots going on and things you don't want to do. So the only thing you want to do is what attracts you. And I was attracted to this mic right now, and I wanted to just speak a little bit. I wanted to speak on kind of stuff that's happening right now. Like, we're going to be having a baby soon, and that's going to be awesome. First time dad coming up here. We're definitely in Q4. We're in quarter 4 of the pregnancy, and yeah, it's going to be a life change. And I'm trying to just starting the podcast, and who knows if I'm going to be able to keep doing it. Hopefully I can keep doing it. Maybe baby will like doing the podcast with me, and we can have baby dad podcast together. We don't even need to post it, but we can maybe do the podcasts and talk to each other. Maybe he won't, or he or she may not be a baby yet. When they can talk, they won't be a baby, but it'll just be some father, son, or daughter podcast soon. And we can talk about stuff, talk about memories, and then we can rewatch it. It'll be so wholesome. But maybe the kid won't want to do it. Maybe the kid won't want a podcast, and that's fine. I'm not going to force a podcast on the kid. You can't force something on anybody, really. Like, you can justify, you can argue, but you can't really force. So if it's not what the person wants to do, then they're not going to do it. If it's an amenity or like extracurricular thing, like, I'm not going to force someone to do a fun thing, even if they are my kid. But I will have to try and enforce like mandatory things like chores and stuff like that. I felt like my parents were so nice, so nice to me. Like, I should have done a lot more in the house for sure, but had a pretty nice, my mom and dad sure let me be good. But it's going to be I'll be like a drill sergeant in this house. I'm going to make sure nobody gets comfortable. So, yeah, anyway, that's a joke. So if kid, son, daughter, if you're listening to this, that was a joke. Daddy's just kidding. Hopefully that's not true by the time you can listen and comprehend what I'm saying. Because when you're a baby, babies don't understand people, but they do. And there's a certain threshold that you cross when you start kind of being conscious in the world. And that will be an interesting time to see in our kids' life. When do they become kind of cross that independence barrier. So that's something that will be really cool. But when they're a baby, you're a different person. So when you're a baby, you can't be judged from when you're a baby, and there's a lot of time, a lot of difference in a person when you're a baby, when you come out of the womb. As soon as you come out into the world, 10 years from then, you're a very different person. You're completely different. Like, you were doing things, you weren't doing things as a baby that you're doing now in 10 years. So think about from 10 years to 20 years. That's also true. Like, very true. But when you get from 20 years to 30 years, I found in my life so far, still do, like, things are different, but you're still kind of doing in my life, I've been doing more similar stuff from 20 to 30 that I have than what I was doing from 10 to 20 for sure. And this year it'll be year number 30 on Earth, and then there's gonna be another 10, and then hopefully we keep going, and then that's it. And I don't want to talk about what happens after that, because I get a little bit anxious, and that we start spiraling really bad if we start thinking about that side of the fence. So let's have a little sip of this vanilla coffee. So it's cooled down a little bit. It's much better. Going black. Like to, when I'm trying to cut down some weight, always incorporate the intermittent fasting, going from 16 hours to, you can even say 24 hours sometimes. Rarely, but realistically, probably 16 to 21, sometimes 22 hours, and then you eat. And I used to use the app where you track it, and I was getting quite obsessive. I had over a year streak. I thought there was a streak for 365 days, so that was my ultimate goal. I was like, I'm going for the 365 day badge on the Zero app, and I was all fired up. I was like, here we go. 365 days of straight fasting. On weekends, I would kind of cheat. I would make it 12-hour minimum fast. But then some weekends, I would always often go over 12 hours. Sorry, I'm just trying to gather my thoughts. Don't want to have a freak out here. Don't want to have a panic attack that I'm on being recorded. Or I'm not being recorded, I'm recording myself. Okay, back it up, buddy. Okay, where were we? So Zero app. Weekends doing 12-hour minimum, but often going over 12 hours on weekends. And weekdays was no lower than 16 hours. And I did that I was coming to the 365-day marker, and then I get to it, and there's no badge. I was like, what the heck? That's not what I thought. And then I look, and the badge is actually for 500 straight days of fasting. So I was like, okay, well, I've made it 365 days. I'm over halfway there. I might as well keep going. So then I did the 500 straight days of fasting. So 500 straight days of using that app, like just tracking. And then there was a 1,000. That was the final badge, was 1,000 straight days. And I thought about it, and I was like, no, I shouldn't do this. I'm going to just drop this. So then after I dropped it, last day on the app, I think we went to Mexico, and I immediately started my bulk. I just wanted to bulk up and put on muscle. So since we're going to an all-inclusive resort, I decided to just bulk up. Just went ham, ate so much good stuff, and did cardio and worked out every day in Mexico, I think. And then I just kept going, and then so my base weight, I usually float around, like, when I'm like feeling good, I'm like 175 to 180 after I ate everything for months on end after Mexico, stopped using the app, stopped fasting. I got up to like 206, 208. I don't know if I ever saw 210. But then after that, I just started feeling kind of crappy. So now I'm on the downward trend of kind of fasting again. I'm still pretty much eating anything I want. Nothing too outrageous, but now we're floating down to like, yeah, we're getting down a little bit. I think I'm like low 190s now. So I'm going to try and get into the 180s, lower 180s probably. Then hopefully that's healthy. I want to start moving more because we're going to have the kid, and I want to start working more on mobility and maybe doing some more like running and stuff like that. Just because I think having a kid might be pretty active, and who knows how much running around I'll be doing, and who knows how busy this kid will be. Want to be able to lift up, want to be like able to run. I feel like running around and getting low and stuff is going to be pretty important. So I have a famously bad kind of like lower back, and who doesn't, right? So gotta take care of that. And that's all good. So definitely pretty bad with I don't know why I get so obsessive with the weight going up and down, and I don't know. That's okay. Should be fine. I think it's good to be in tune with that and learn how to control it. If you haven't tried the intermittent fasting thing, people I think it's kind of slept on. It's really cool. If you look at it like just a window of eating time instead of like a time that you're not eating, then that's great, because you can kind of you can fit having a 1,500 calorie meal, or just 15 calories within a few hours. That's a lot of food, and then you just stop, and then you just stop and go to sleep and wake up and go throughout your day, and you get to look forward to like a big meal, and you can have like a couple meals within that time. So don't sleep on it. If you're a fat person, and you're like, and you've never tried it, just try it, and you'll be less fat. That's kind of mean. I shouldn't say fat. I just had to kind of reflect on that. I'm trying to be all like tough and stuff by saying like calling them fat, but if you're overweight, if you're an overweight person, if you know you're overweight, if you're not happy with yourself, and you think, oh yeah, I'm feeling kind of sloppy, and honestly, you can not even be sloppy. You could still be looking good, but still feeling like crap, because you're not optimizing your body to its full capacity. And I think that's important. I think it's important to be able to optimize your body to the fullest capacity. And I battle with that. So, I think it's important to do, but I'm not doing it to its full capacity. Why not? And then I got to think of what's causing that. What's causing me to not use 100% of my capacity. And I think maybe, starting this, doing my podcast is something that I'm putting my mind to it. I always think about this. I think about it probably every day. About, I need to do it. I need to get the background. I need to get this. I got to get that. But at the end of the day, it's just me. And I have a mic here. And no, I'm not filming this. I'm just recording it. It's going to be on record. And I can check this off and be like, yeah, I did that. And be happy about it. And I can listen back on it and be happy that I did this. And I don't think I'm doing enough of that type of stuff in my life. And I think I need to maybe do more of that. And hopefully, by having this new child enter our world, I'll be able to inspire that as well. I don't want to have to, you don't want to have to force things, but you want to be able to inspire where it's like, oh, wow, they want to do that because it's, they see you doing it and thriving and having a good time, right? I need to do more stuff that is having a good time, but not nonsense. I don't want to be doing nonsense. I want to be doing productive stuff that I enjoy doing. And I think life is just about figuring that out, right? I don't know how many people out there are not having a good time. I think everybody must be having some sort of good time. But are there others that are not having a good time? Leave a comment below if you're not having a good time in life. And if you're not, let's talk about it. Let's try and figure out what you have to do to have a better time in life. So most days, you got to be grateful. When I say have a good time, I'm saying like have a good time like I'm still breathing, because there are people out there having a really bad time and their lives are falling apart, and there is mental in where we're living right now, there's mental illness, there's drug addiction, and many other things. But outside of these parts, there's people, dying, like from weapons. And you have to look at that and think, am I having a better time than them? And you probably are. So, but that's not to discount that you're having not a good time. Like, you could just be having a little bit better of a time than them over there. Missiles, bombs hitting where you live, wherever you're, it's not good. And I'm sitting here in my cozy house, got my vanilla coffee in my hands that I made. I'm complaining that I use sink water over filtered water from the fridge. What am I doing? I need to be grateful that I have water. Right? Is that how you have to be thinking all the time? It's hard to think like that all the time, because I don't know why. Maybe because you get like accustomed to what your life is, and then you're just always looking for better, and then you kind of forget what the fundamentals are. That's probably true. I would love to, maybe therapy is not a bad thing, because you can just literally do this, speak your mind, whatever's on your mind, and then they can analyze it, and then you can ask questions about it. That'd be good. Maybe that's something I should look into. I wonder how many people do therapy. Like, how common is therapy or counseling, or like talking to a professional that has a education in that type of stuff, whatever it might be. Hopefully that's okay. Hopefully you don't mind that I'm drinking the vanilla coffee pod, black, in the black coffee cup, 10 ounces. Not sure for the Canadian folks how many milliliters that is. I just know the Keurig says 10 ounces, and I'm on the final sip here. So let's cheers, clink, and let's send it down the hatch. Great. Hopefully that's okay. I don't think I've ever heard anybody like talk about, maybe I haven't actually heard anybody solo podcasting talking about drinking their cup of coffee, and my ring kept clinking against a glass. I hope that wasn't too annoying. And I don't think, like, usually, well, so here's the thing about these solo podcasts. I've done a few, maybe two longer form ones. Longer form meaning close to 30 minutes. That's long for me. And I listened to the last one I did. And I really had to be careful because I had to re-listen because I didn't know what I was going to say, and who knows what I was going to say. This one, I feel confident that I'm not going to have to be too worried about it, I hope. And for anything I said about my future children, I hope you know I'm I hope you know that I'm willing to help do whatever you want to do that makes you happy. And that's going to be, I think we're going to have a really good time. I hope. I hope we can have a really good time. And, yeah, I just, I think we're going to be good friends. I think I'm going to be a good parent for you. And I think this will be a really, I'm ready to do life with you, as long as you want me around. But as a child, you better bet I'm going to be there. You better bet I'm going to be there, and we're gonna take over. We're gonna have so much fun, and we're gonna learn so much stuff. And yeah, this might be super cringy to listen to. Probably is. That's okay. Anyway, whew. Hopefully that's not too deep. That's probably super deep. Deep for people to listen to. I just felt like I was talking to my future kids and expecting people to want to listen to it. Hopefully that's fine. I hope my future kids want to hear that. That'd be cool. Show them that when they're 20 years old. 20-year-old birthday. Pull out the projector. Pull out the speakers, because I didn't video record this. Pull out the speakers on the 20th birthday. Hear your father talking about, I hope we can do life together, and it's going to be great, child. So weird. Anyway, that's all right. Oh, I'm feeling drained. I'm feeling super drained. Been going at this for some time now, and I think I need to keep going. I need to just, this is the part where I feel like I'm declining. I feel like this is honestly the point in the podcast where I feel like I'm going to drain, and I'm learning, guys. All right. I'm learning. I'm allowed to not know what I'm going to say next. And this is what's happening. And I should probably have measures in place where I don't find myself in these situations. But sometimes, I should have a file where it's like topics or something to bring up. But I felt the need I needed to just come on and just talk it out, speak my mind. I feel so bad for my wife. She's really pregnant, and last night she had a really rough time. She was tossing and turning, couldn't get comfortable, and she's in pain now. And I slept. I just slept right through it, and I woke up this morning feeling pretty bad that I didn't do more. She said it's okay. She's like, there's nothing you could have done, and the only thing I could have done is been there and supported her. But I don't know. She seemed like she was kind of sleeping. She's sleeping right now, getting some rest, and we're all good. She even said she took a bath in the middle of the night. I woke up in the middle of the night and went to the washroom, and she's like, oh, I'm having such a rough time. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. She's like, yeah. She's like, I took a bath. I was like, you took a bath? What time is it? We're in the witch's hours. She's taking a bath, but hopefully that helped her. And I'm hoping that this child comes out A-okay, and she is A-okay, and everything's smooth. We went to the hospital to check it out just for fun, and the hospital looks awesome. we know where to go now, and we're not too far from it. We're about 10-15 minutes from the hospital, so we're ready to go. Got all the baby room ready. We got the birth bag ready, and yeah, we're pretty much ready to go. And whenever it happens, we'll be ready. So I'm hoping it'll be a lot easier than we think, but as a man, that's probably super offensive. I probably offended a lot of people by saying that. So let me just correct myself. Not expecting it to be easy, because I know it's probably the hardest thing the body has to do. And I just am praying that everything's gonna go okay, and there's gonna be the less pain possible for her, and I just hope baby comes out safely, and we're gonna figure out if it's a boy or a girl on the day. I will have to witness if it's a boy or a girl, and then I don't know how it's all gonna go down, but I don't know how my wife will see the baby, or how she's gonna find out. I don't know. I'll ask her. I'll be like, do you want me to tell you, or it's gonna be crazy, and then we're gonna find out if it's a boy or a girl. And then here's the thing. I guess there comes a point in time now, and these days, when that child becomes old enough, whatever that is, whatever old enough is, will they be allowed to assign their own gender? Is there going to be a point in time where anybody can select what they identify as, and that'll just be a common thing? Or how does that work? I don't know. Hopefully our kids are just go with the flow, whatever. Don't make it difficult. I think that's a big lesson in life, is not to be difficult. Not talking to my kids. I'm talking to everybody here. I'm talking about just cooperating, being reasonable. Don't make a scene. As soon as you start making a scene, you've lost. And I've probably made some scenes. I've definitely made a couple scenes. But remember, as soon as you start making that scene, you've lost. You got to think, like, is it really worth it? Is it worth it, what you're standing up for? Don't get me wrong. Maybe there sometimes is a time and place to make a scene, but not every time is a time and place for that. And some people can't get that through their thick skull. They're out there making scenes every day. Like it's just a constant battle. And there's nothing worse in life than just like constantly fighting. You want to be able to have some peace and just acceptance. If somebody, just because you have to follow a rule doesn't mean you have to be, you don't have to be unreasonable about it. Listen, I go to a private gym, okay? At this private gym, you got to change your shoes. You go in there, change your shoes, out of your outdoor shoes, and put on your indoor shoes like you're in elementary school. You got indoor shoes and outdoor shoes. You got to put your outdoor shoes in your cubby, and then you take out your indoor shoes from your clean shoes, clean shoes, put them on. So here's the thing. I just didn't like doing that. And I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't like changing my shoes. But what I would do is change them pretty much all the time. Sometimes I'd sneak in one. Sometimes I wouldn't. But most of the time I'd change my shoes. And those guys one time so pull up, forget my gym bag, which has my shoes in it. Go work out. I leave. They didn't say anything. Next thing I know that night, I get a email from the gym. It's just a friendly reminder: make sure you're wearing your indoor shoes when using the gym. And that got me fired up. And I don't know why. I was like, oh, and I don't know. I don't know why I did that. That was so weird. I usually don't ever do that in real life. Ugh, so gross. Yeah, I gotta work out some stuff out, everyone. I gotta figure it out. But anyway, so yeah, they sent me the freaking email. I got pissed for no reason because they have a rule. Like, that's the rule. And I wasn't following the rule, so they sent me a friendly email, and I don't know why I got so weird about it, but I did, and now I'm at a point where I accepted it, and it's all good. Sorry. Okay. So now I changed my shoes. I'm complying, and it's all good. But I could see, okay, so here's the thing. I can see how people in everyday life, for some reason, don't want to comply to rules and whatever. Just follow the rule, man. It'll be easier. Unless it's completely out of your human rights. But if you're in a facility, if you're using a service, and if they have rules, and you've signed those rules, whatever, you agreed to them somehow, just be easy and follow it. If you're at a restaurant, if you're at a fast food place and they mess up your order or something, just like be amicable about it. Don't be a jerk. I've been a jerk, and I'm sure everybody's been a jerk at some point. I've been a jerk to people on the phone. I've talked to salespeople and I haven't been too pleasant. I've talked to random callers, like spam callers. I've said some not too nice things to those people, but I don't know. Do you have to be nice to those people that call you, like, to try and scam you, scammers? I like to have some fun. I like to have some fun with them. I've recorded two prank calls. Not really prank calls. They called me. But so on the iPhone, you can now record the clip, and maybe I'll play it or make it available. I don't know. I'll decide. And if it's playing, then you're listening. But if not, you're not. So yeah, they'll call me and I'll have some fun with it. It might be a little new thing I can do. Just anytime. So the thing is, I've done two of them. I've done three officially. I did not record the first one. The first one was the best. It was super vulgar. Like, it was like a full Xbox live chat. Like screaming match at each other. Like, the guy, it was crazy. You could hear, it was insane. And then it was not recorded. So, because I didn't, I was like, after it, I was like, I wish I recorded that. So then they called again a few days later. I recorded it. It was okay. I thought it was, it's funny. My friends thought it was funny. And then I filmed the second filming one was the third clip, and that one I think was good. The first one I did got funnier reaction from people. So anyway, maybe I'll post it. And yeah, we'll see. But so the thing is, they stopped calling me, and I haven't got a call from them in like at least 2 weeks, and I'm starting to get worried that they might have like flagged me or something. But yeah, I really want to get more like spam calls, and I hope I get more. It's just really fun. And I used to get mad, like take me off of your call list, please. Like, stop calling. Like, I would not be funny about it. I'd be like, please just leave me alone. I'm trying to have dinner with my family. Like, I would be like that. But now I'm like, I make like funny little noises and stuff, and try and like start little characters. Like, most of my characters, okay, I'll say it, like, I'm usually like a flamboyant guy, and I make little like kind of like moans and stuff, and like the call guy, like, they're like, whoa. And then my catchphrase is like, I want it all. And then they offer me the plan, and then they offer me the plan, and I say, oh yeah, I want all of that. And then I say, you know what else I want? And then they go, what do you want? And then I go, I want it all. And then they at that point they know I'm messing with them, and then they go, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? And then I'm like, yeah. And then it's just kind of, that's usually like the end of it. And it's fun. It's a good time. But that's my character. That's who I play usually. I'm thinking I'm going to change it up. I have plans to do one where I copy what they sound like. So I'll try and do an impression of what they sound like and kind of go, start riffing with that. And yeah, we're just having fun with the spam callers, but I think I'm on their list, and I think I'm not going to get called for a long time. The first one was crazy. I couldn't believe, I was like, if this guy's an employee of somewhere, like, hopefully he does not get fired. Like, if this is his job to spam call people and scam them, if he's like in an office cubicle right now, he is going to get in some serious trouble. He was really mad. So he must have been, he must not have been having a good time. He must have been having a bad time. And those are the people I look at where I'm like, I'm having a better time than you. And that's the way it's going to be. And, everything's fine. So I passed that threshold of time. Like, I got past it. I was starting to kind of melt down and downward spiral, and then I got into some stuff there. I'm anxiously wrapping my finger around my sock, like just twisting it. I don't know why. It's just like an anxious tick that I have right now, because I know I've been going for a while, and I hope this has been all right. I don't know. Like, I feel like I kind of just blacking out, and I'm just talking, and hopefully everything is okay. What else have I been doing that's kind of creative? Been writing some songs. I've been writing they're kind of like rap songs, I guess. Don't know if they're any good. I'm kind of embarrassed about them, but I've always been kind of like writing doing a little bit of raps throughout my whole, from 17 years old all the way up until now, like here and there. Nothing like, I haven't done any like crazy recordings or anything, but I've been known to be a bit of kind of like a freestyle beast. Go out there, and I got some lyrics in my dome piece that I can spit out once in a while. And but I've always been a little bit embarrassed of that, and I think also like just doing anything creative and sharing it that involves just purely me, I have a hard time with that. And I have a hard time with sometimes yeah, I don't know. And sometimes when I show people my stuff, I used to do a lot of filming, of just little videos and vlogs and stuff. And even if anybody sees any of my videos, for some reason I'll get really almost teary eyed. And I'm like, why? And it feels weird. And I think it's almost and not teary eyed because I'm happy, but almost oh, I'm it's humiliating or something. And yeah, I don't know. I just get really it's weird, and that's something therapy would be great to figure out what that's all about. Maybe it's fear of what other people think, and I need to just really stop that. But hopefully I can get that figured out, and just even the fact of me just feeling all right, I better re-listen to this thing. I wonder if podcasters I'm sure the bigger podcasters have people working and listening while it's happening, making notes, but just your average guy like me, are people just riffing like this and then just posting and not even re-listening to what they're saying? I guess that's kind of what live streaming is. You just go, and then once you're done, you're done. And I don't know if it's being recorded. I'm sure it's all I'm sure the bigger streamers are recording their stuff. But what you say live is live. At least on a podcast, so you can kind of edit some stuff out. But I wonder if people are really just riffing and just posting. It would be really cool to actually try a live podcast at some point. If you could get viewership and have some viewers. I used on YouTube, my YouTube channel, I had a bit of a following. I like posted some kind of like videos, whatever. See, that's like, even talking about that gets me feeling I don't even want to talk about that. But anyway, so I had like a point on YouTube where if I were to go live, I was able to like get, I don't even know how many viewers I would get, but yeah, I couldn't even say, like, maybe, like, I don't even know if it was like 100 viewers. Like, it might have been like even less, like in the tens to like up to like 30 people in there at once. That's and that was kind of like even after I was like kind of consistent on YouTube. So yeah, like the live stuff is hard, I think, to get people to even watch unless you're worth watching. And I think a big part of that is having done stuff before where people have listened and they're like, oh, okay, he's coming on. But I don't think it's something you can just do. I'm sure you could do it, and maybe it's just best to do these podcasts live and then record it, then post the recording. But I do like having the option to not have a complete like freak out, and if I am having a meltdown, which I have before, live, I can keep it in. But if it's like, what, if I'm drawing like dead air, like I can just pause it and take a breath. I've done it once or twice in this podcast where I was just like, there was actually one point where I was going to end this. I was about to just like end it, and then I just like pause it, took a sip of water, and we're gonna keep going for a little bit, I hope, and we'll just try and dial it back, bring it back home. The cup of coffee's gone, and you could always pour another cup, or you can keep it empty until the next day. And I think that's where I'm at. Like, I'm trying to figure out, should I end this all? Should I just press the spacebar button and have the podcast end, or should I just keep going? But I'm in. This is the longest solo I've done, and after getting to this point, I feel actually quite confident that this isn't the worst thing. I thought maybe getting past the 30-minute mark, that would be it, but I could see myself at some point consistently doing an hour here, hour there, as long as it's, I will, out of who I am, like, I guarantee I will probably listen back to this before posting it, and hopefully it's worth listening to throughout whenever part. Like, we can pick parts out and see what was important, but I think there was a lot of babbling, and I'm probably going to beat myself up over this, and I just need to remember that the first, like, many, like, when you're, especially this podcast thing, like, the first many you do are probably going to be really bad. And I think I'm just in that stage right now. And is it, like, now I'm, like, thinking to myself, is it bad? Should I even be saying that? Like, I really shouldn't be saying that, because, like, there's probably, like, guides out there on like how to make a podcast or something. It's like, don't talk bad about yourself. Like, you need the audience to think that like you are a professional individual, and like you are worth their time to listen to. And don't get me wrong, like, I think your time is worth it to me, but I think I do owe you I do owe it to you to share what I think of myself. And if I think that something like if I think this isn't the best, like, not that I'm not I think I am trying my best, okay? Like, I'm really trying my best, and I think that I just don't feel that I am good enough. And hopefully that is cool with you, and I can grow. And I'm like, honestly, but is this the best I could do, though? Like, this is not the best. Like, I'll be real with myself. This is not the best I could do, because I was saying it before. Like, I should have talking points. I should have, like, kind of okay, if I'm going to go for an hour, I should have kind of like maybe 4 quarters of like things to do. I should have some kind of talking points, maybe like read something from someone, and like read. These are all things I can add like in the future though. So this is just a podcast, and right, like we're good. I'm sorry if I'm just now I'm just beating myself up. So I'll try and get back in the pocket here because I feel like one of those meltdowns are going to be coming soon. Just take a breath. Yeah, so creativity stuff. Yeah, we got I guess, scam callers that call me, and I'll mess with them and try and record them. That's a creative thing right now I'm doing. I'm doing the music, doing the podcast right now. I'm doing the podcast right now. That's creative. Also, I was doing AI instrumental beats of all sorts of genres and posting them on my YouTube channel, FeelNice Sounds. And believe it or not, even though it was AI that was creating everything, I'd get AI to create the sound of the instrumental 2 to 4 minute soundtrack. Then I'd get AI to create some sort of creative image to put for the video. It's just a still image, and then you put audio, make the video, and post it. That, believe it or not, was a creative thing I was doing for a while. I stopped doing that, but then my wife asked me to create I was also doing a long form one, so like 12-hour rain relaxation sounds and stuff like that. So she had a 20-minute video with a certain relaxation sound that she wanted it looped for as long as I could. So I believe the longest I could do is about 12 hours. So I did a 12-hour mix that's uploaded, and that's something creative. I think it has 4 views right now, and I think they're all from us. So that's super exciting. And yeah, these are all like creative outlooks. The film thing in my life, like I was doing a lot of like vlogging film stuff. I think I really let the pressures of like views and stuff take over. And I think with the podcast, that's how I can get this out. I don't need to, like, the expectations of this is nobody will probably even hear this. And I can just keep posting these for a little while, and hopefully they just get better and better. I've done a few with my friends, and my wife has done a test with me as well. Hopefully we can do more of those where they are not as frantic. And I had my one buddy, it was New Year's Eve. It was a little bit, I'll have to, I'm going to re-listen to that one, but that one's probably going to be a throwaway, unfortunately, because like we were mentioning like too much personal information about people. Like we started getting into high school people, and maybe we could bleep out names. That'd be kind of cool. But I'll re-listen to that, see how hectic we were. I think will be embarrassing. I was drinking a little much, but again, I need to get out of this like embarrassing. As long as I'm not saying anything too bad, which I like to screw around. I like to say some bad stuff sometimes, and it's fun, like as jokes. Like I don't mean anything like literal when I say like outrageous stuff like that. Usually it's a joke, but yeah, I just do want to be cautious that people will listen to this, and I also want to be able to run a business and be professional outside of the podcast as well. So it's fun to be goofy and stuff, but just know I am also all business and ready for any sort of offers or opportunities that come my way. Yeah, so looking forward to this journey. And I will definitely be adding things to my podcasts. But this is just this. Like I think these first couple are going to be me just going at it and maybe talking about the future. And that might just be how it is. And I'll be, things are going to come up in these new episodes. And you're like, oh, look at that. That's different. Or you'll be tuning in on that exact episode, and you'll just be this is how you'll be, oh, this is the show, cool, I like this. And if I have a format, probably stick with the format, but definitely willing to wiggle outside of those bumpers and do kind of whatever. That's what life's all about, right? It's just hard to believe that I've been talking for nearing an hour, and I'm proud of myself for that. I'm proud of you. If you've listened this far, that's honestly unbelievable. I do, like, genuinely in my heart, I do not believe anybody will listen to this all the way through. And if there ever is a day that happens, that will very much like kind of make me feel a certain type of way. I'll be like, wow, I can't believe that. And I don't know if you did, make a comment or something. Just say the time in the video, like rough estimate time in the video. Be like, I see you. I see you, buddy. I hear you. You don't see me, but I hear you. I hear you. I heard you. You could say you heard me. And then I'll be like, oh my gosh, that is amazing. Can you believe that? Somebody actually listened to you for that long? Like, am I doing this because I want to get heard? Is that why I want to do this? Why do I want to do this? Why do I want to do this? I don't know. I've always liked talk radio and stuff like that. That's been my, as a kid, like, I'd listen to, I'd turn on the FM radio, AM, FM radio, whatever. Usually FM, I think, when I was a kid. Have a stereo in my room. Turn that thing on. FM radio, music will play, but I would wait for the part in between where the DJ would kind of talk and stuff. Loved when they did like games with the callers and callers would call in. I loved calling in. Then as I got into a young adult, I started driving and stuff. I really liked listening to AM radio, like the weather, started listening to the news, AM 1130, AM 980, and then AM 730 was the traffic. I'd just like listen to traffic all day. Really I'd call into the traffic place, and usually I'd just be so pissed because they were always so like not friendly to me. Like I wanted to be one of the guys so bad, but they just hated me. They just did not. They'd call and then they'd like correct you and be like, well, that doesn't make sense, or like, I don't know. The guys, they had it made. They had it made. They're the radio guys. I'm the loser calling in. That's how I felt, at least. But so if I ever get a caller, my goal is to not make you feel like a loser. I want you to feel part of this. But then also after the radio, I also was a big Howard Stern fan. Listened to a lot of Howard Stern on Sirius XM radio. I had a Sirius radio. When I drove an older car, I had to buy like the whole the setup. You had to buy like the radio, put the antenna outside of your car. Had one of those strictly for Howard Stern, and I'd put on whatever music of when my girlfriend / now wife was in the car. And Howard Stern was my thing, and talk radio, just always loved it. I would listen. I was talking to somebody about it a couple days ago when I had DVDs. There's a part in the DVD menu where you could put commentary only. I would only listen to the commentary of the movie. I would watch the movie maybe once, and then after that I would only want to listen and watch the movie to the commentary of either the directors or the actor, whoever was in that. That was actually one of the first form of podcasting, if you think of it. That was the one thing that you could listen to maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours of people talking, was the commentaries of DVDs and movies. So that's actually very cool history there. And I think, I don't know how many do it now, but I just remember back early 2000s, I guess, when you'd watch DVDs, you could switch to the commentary. Super cool stuff. So those are all things, I guess, that I really liked as a kid. And growing up. So maybe that's why I want to do this. I don't know. It's a good question to ask myself, and hopefully I don't ever find the answer, and I just keep doing it. And hopefully the answer lies within my heart. But yeah, I think we're all just going through it, turning 30 this year. So that's kind of maybe why I want to do something more creative and share it, because I guess anybody creative, an artist, you could say, wants to show their work. And I think that's what I need to do. What's an artist if you don't show your work, right? Is that true? There must be a lot of people who do art but never show anybody. Or is that a sad life? Not trying to compare this to art in any way, but it's like a kid that's learning how to paint. Not an artist, but definitely is doing it because it's enjoyable. And I think that's what this is for me right now. Just I'm a kid, blank piece of paper with a bunch of felt pens, and I'm just going at it, just scribbling. I'm just scribbling right now. But then give it some years. Remember what I was saying about the 10? If you listened back then, I said there's from 0 to 10, from 10 to 20 years old. Like there's a big difference. So from 0, like this is 0 for me. So I hope I get a break, and I hope I give myself a break. I know if anybody made it this far, the break's been given. You're in. But I need to give myself that break. And that's going to be the hardest obstacle to do. And not worry about performance and just do it strictly because it's fun. And I think that'll come. But right now it feels a little bit stressful because I know there's going to be stuff to do and stuff to improve on, and I'm going to have to accept that. And I think I just need to have fun with it. So there we go. This is kind of like therapeutic, honestly. I don't know how many people can say they've just like sat here and talked for an hour straight. There's a few handful, but that is tough. And I'm happy. I feel happy. I'm going to just take this as a win. I got a new mic, bought that off Marketplace, got a new mic, so now we have 3 mics in the studio, and looking forward to doing more podcasts solo like this, and I'm also excited to do more podcasts with friends and family and whoever wants to talk and maybe share some of their knowledge on stuff. Whoever's interesting, super excited for all that. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything else going on. So 2025, we're coming out of the first month, first of 12, and I think life's gonna get crazy soon. So really looking forward to it. New chapter, got new baby coming, got new podcast on its way. Life is happening right now. Everything is good. Just hope that Canada, where we live, hopefully everything's okay over here, because it sounds like we're really making a scene. Like, Canada is making a scene in the world. Remember what I was talking about, making a scene? Canada is doing that, and we got to tone it down. Trump dog's pissed. He's pissed at us. We got to follow this guy's rules, man. Like, we're going to get screwed out of this. We're just little old Canada. So we got to comply with Trump, stop making a scene, and let's do what's best for everybody, because we should be teaming with this guy. He's not messing around. Why wouldn't you? Like, he's taking over. He's going to take over, and Canada should just probably work with him. Just let's be bro. Like, I think he just wants to be a bro, and he needs a bro. Trump just needs a buddy, and Canada, what better neighbor could you have if the person running Canada is a cool guy, a chill guy? Just make him a chill guy. and then Trump's gonna love him. Trump wants to be friends with people, I think. Listen, I think the guy just wants a bro. Who doesn't want a cool neighbor? I don't know what he's doing over with Mexico. I don't know what's going on. I can't even speak for Mexico. As for Canada, we had a little creep. We had a creepazoid running the country. We need a chill guy. A chill guy that Trump is like loving. He'll be like, this guy knows what's up. Work with them. Work with them. It doesn't make sense. Wow, this didn't mean to take a political turn, but I just feel like I think that, well, first of all, Trump's, he's going at, like, he's taking what he can get because Canada probably is our prime minister resigned, so that's like, he's playing the game, and what more of a game is there to play when you can just kind of be buddies with the top dog? Just admit you're not going to be that guy. Canada is not that guy right now. Maybe one day Canada will be that guy, but it doesn't seem like Canada's that guy right now. So be friends with Trump dog. I don't know. Don't know what else to say, but hopefully, because I think we're going to get screwed. The people are going to get screwed. But what are the negative effects to becoming friends with Trump dog and doing what he says? I don't know. I don't know that far, so I could be talking out of my arse. Talking out of my arse right now, as the kids are saying. So let's take that, take that away, and end it with that, guys. So thanks, and see you next time.